Alright guys, welcome back. We're going to do finish up on these drive-in, movie theater drive-in speakers. I just brought some stain out from the house. We actually use this on our whole house, all the trim. Want to stir it up real good. I'm just going to use a paper towel to apply it. I don't want to go putting a ton of stain on. Just want to kind of give it a coating to just seal up the wood. I'm going to do the back and the front. But as long as I put it on pretty lightly, it should dry fairly quick. Once we get this board stained up, I'll work on putting the speakers together. With this stain, you don't have to use a urethane. We didn't use it on the house. The reason being why we didn't use a urethane is we have rough sawn wood, and if we ever wanted to touch up the stain, it would be a heck of a lot easier to touch it up without having urethane on it. So it's going to dry different than that. It always looks a little weird at first, but I have the board set up here in the garbage can so we can put a little stain on it. And this is oil based, so it'll definitely hold up better than any sort of a water-based stain. I didn't sand it or anything. I'm not worried about it. That was the bottom. I'm going to get these edges. As you can see, it does not take a lot of stain at all. I painted those knobs for the speakers just now with some black spray paint. I forgot to paint them last night. Hopefully they'll dry up here shortly. If you guys get a chance, let me know in the comments if you guys like this kind of stuff or not. If I should keep making videos about doing this kind of stuff or just kind of do it on my own. Just curious. See if this is interesting to any of you guys or not. I'm going to get back on that gas pump this weekend, sand it down and re-primer it. And then hopefully we can get it painted, maybe even on Sunday. If I can get it sanded down on Friday and re-primered and it looks good, I should be able to paint it on Sunday. All right, I think I got this all coated. All right, let that, I'm gonna grab a dry paper towel real quick. Oh, you know what? I missed this edge right here. Okay, let that sit. And I'm going to go grab the speaker parts and we can get the speakers together. Okay, before I grab all the speaker parts, we should probably get this wire soldered, new wire soldered to the speaker. So basically I'm just going to take this wire and split it in half and we'll leave it long. This was 80 some cents a foot at Home Depot, so it wasn't too bad. price-wise. So I'm just gonna open this up, hold the two ends together here. Solder these on, and we got to tie a knot in them too, so that they don't get pulled out of the speaker. Trying to figure out how I'm going to test it to see how it works. I can't really play a song for very long, and right now I'm using my phone to record, so I'm not going to be able to use my phone, I don't think. I do have a receiver back here. I wonder if I can plug it in, because it does have a 5mm jack. I might be able to do that. If I play a song for too many seconds on YouTube, they're just gonna not let me play the video or give me a copyright strike. So I don't really want to do that. Okay. So now we know our white goes on that one. Sometimes if it doesn't want to melt, you can add more solder to it, and then it will melt. So what I did was I held it down with the soldering iron, put a bunch of solder on it and got it to stick. And then I just held the soldering iron a little bit off the wire and filled it with solder again, and then kind of just draped it over top. Should probably cut this down a little bit. Doesn't need to be that long. So I'm going to hold the wire on the terminal with the soldering iron. Put a decent amount of solder on there. All right. I'm gonna tie a knot in it. Guess I could have did it before I soldered it, but that's okay. I'm going to leave the wire a little bit long. That's good enough. So that's one done. Cut these down a little bit. Okay, we know that the black wire is our positive lead. This speaker has a hole in the one terminal, so I can kind of stick the wire into there a little bit. I have no idea how these things are even going to sound. Okay, those are done. So now we can go get the rest of the parts and start screwing them back together and see what they look like. Okay, now you can see how these turned out. They actually look really good. Now the first thing we need to do is take the speaker, lay it in here. This washer goes on this side of the volume knob. Oh, we gotta get my grill, speaker grill here. And wouldn't you know, forgot my screwdrivers. I'm gonna need a socket for those nuts. I think that's 1/2 inch. Okay, so that's in. You know what, I screwed up, didn't I? No, I didn't. I'm all right. So now we can fish the wire through the back hole on the back. It's upside down. Wonder if I should have put that nut on that knob first before I put this back on. I should be able to get it. We'll grab a socket. I'll put the knob on afterwards. I'm letting it dry a little bit more, but I like that that's black in there, and I painted the knobs black, so I think that'll look good. And then this hangs on that rack. So this one's done. Very simple setup these are. Gotta put my speaker grill in there still. Keep forgetting those. Okay. After this, we'll put the base together. Now this one had a flathead in the one spot. I'll put it on the bottom. I might even have one, but I don't really mind. It'll be fine. Nobody's gonna see it. Wonder if these had like a rubber gasket or something at one point between them. Okay, there we go with the second one. All right, let me go get the base so that we can mount it. Okay, I'm gonna run the bolts from underneath up. They had them running opposite. Fun part's gonna be fishing those wires up. And I'm not putting washers and stuff. I'm not worried about it. I'd rather the metal just bite right into the nut. Could put a lock washer on here if I wanted, but like I said, I'm not really too concerned about it. So yeah, the fun part's gonna be getting the wire. It's gotta come through here, into the box, down that hole, and out the pipe. Might need to get an extension for my ratchet. Or, well, maybe I can do it from underneath. I don't have a wrench with me, but I can probably hold it with my hand. Yep, that works. Okay, now I can flip it upside down. And we can put the wood base on the bottom. Seems to be dry enough. Beautiful. Okay, now I gotta go grab the top piece. Actually, guess we should probably try to run the wire first. I might have to get a piece of wire and use that to fish it through, but I'm not sure yet. So we need to come up this way and down the tube. Oh, I can feel the wire. Might be able to grab it. Second wire might be a little bit more difficult. Maybe I should tape the two together. Use a piece of this old tape. Did I forget to bring it? Yep, forgot to bring it from underneath. Might have to grab some needle nose pliers. Got it. And I'm gonna make the wires so that you don't really take the speakers off of the stand. I'm just gonna make them kind of a little bit short because I want as much wire coming out of the bottom here. maybe I should leave them a little bit long. Maybe I'll just splice it before it goes into the wall. So maybe I will leave them long like that. Okay, let me go grab the part that those hang on. Okay, those screws aren't big enough. We'll grab one size bigger. So those just kind of hang there like that. I guess we can go get those knobs, volume knobs, and put those back on. Okay, let's stick these knobs on. One's a little chewed up and one's nice, but the guy that I got these from had a few sets, and this was the only set he had that actually had these knobs on it. So that's what it looks like there. Stick the other one on. Okay. And it actually goes this way. There's a nameplate right here, so might as well put that towards the front. So now I need to look at this and see, get this hooked up. Now this will go into a box in the wall, a regular electrical box. And there's this little plug here. And what I did in my house was I plugged this into this, and then I cut the end off of here and I spliced it to the red and the black so that I didn't have to plug this in on the front face of it, so it was actually inside the wall. And that's what I'll end up doing with this too. But for now, for testing purposes, I'll just stick it here just to make it easy. But it has a stereo in right here, a 5mm, and it has a microphone jack. But anyways, this stereo in, we might be able to just work it off my receiver I have in the back. And maybe I could just put it on a radio station for a minute. Oh, here. I must not have done it like that. It actually has a plug. So this goes into here, like this, I think. Maybe it's not the right one. Nope. I must have cut it off. But anyways, that's all right. So we'll get this plugged in. I'm not gonna worry about plugging it in the back for now. We need to take the two speaker wires and put them into these 4 terminals. Then I'm probably gonna have to move everything to the back to see if we can plug this in. So it's gonna be a few minutes. I figure if I get this set up, I'm gonna go ahead and just splice those wires and put them into there. It's negative, positive, not a big deal. Just the 4 speaker wires go into there, and then I'll show it to you in the back. Okay, well, I don't have a jack. I thought I had one back there, but I don't. So I'm not gonna be able to test it right now, but when I get the back shop done here in the next couple months, I'll do a tour of it and I'll show you how it works and all that stuff. By then I'll be better set up. Maybe I'll put an Alexa back there because this will work off of an Alexa. You'll be able to tell the Alexa to just, you know, play music, and she'll play music, and this will pick up from the Alexa and play it through the speakers. So for now, we're just not gonna be able to test it. And I forget which one it goes on. I think it goes on BT. Yeah, Bluetooth. So it goes on Bluetooth when you're using the Alexa or your phone, and then you can click it down to microphone, or you can go to auxiliary, and that's what I was gonna use, was this auxiliary stereo in, but I don't have one of those cords. I did have one. I don't know where it's at. So it's not, I don't use it very often. So, but anyways, we'll do that on a later date. when the back shop is all together. But at least for now, I'm done with this. It is all back together. I'm fairly confident it's gonna work. For some reason it doesn't work, it's only gonna be a speaker or that resistor, or what do you call that thing? The volume. It'll either be that or a speaker that's bad, but that's not a big deal to fix. That's easy, but I'm fairly confident it should work. So, all right, well, that's gonna end this. Really wasn't much to putting it together. Pretty quick and simple. Take a look at it one more time here. And that's pretty much what it looks like. I'll probably, you know, maybe figure out how to drape these wires a little nicer looking, but it's not like they're ever really gonna move once they're on there. But I think it's just something cool, you know? Just something old, nostalgic looking that'll go good with all the old signs and everything. Like I said, I've been collecting signs, and on top of the spray booth, there's signs and oil cans and all over the place up there. So, I mean, you can see them all. The big Wolf's Head, Kendall, American Oil, but those boxes have neon signs in them. There's a 5 foot by 2 foot Ford oval neon sign right there. There's another neon sign over there. It's like a fishing sign. It's like a bait neon sign. It's pretty cool looking. But there's a bunch of stuff up there. There's an old box up there that holds all the parts for my tire machines, like your valve stems and all that stuff will go in that old box. I'm not restoring it. I'm gonna hang it on the wall as is. There's an old gas can up there. A big stack of signs underneath the Wolf's Head can. And there's more signs, I think, in the front here. But yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff up there. I actually just picked up this payphone, this old payphone here. I got to get a card that goes in here. But this payphone used to be beige color. Somebody painted it black. I need to get this lock fixed because it comes apart right now. But I wonder if I should restore this or just leave it the way it is. So maybe you guys can let me know. Should I clean it up, repaint it, or just leave it as is and hang it on the wall? Because I have an old porcelain payphone sign that's going to go above it. It's just like a little 9 or 10 inch round sign that goes above it. But I need to at least get that lock fixed. But maybe in the comments, let me know if I should restore it or just leave it as is. Should I paint it back to the beige that it was if I do it, or black again? And should I get a new cord? You know, I don't know. It's pretty nasty looking. But anyways, all right, guys, that's going to end this video. The drive-in speakers are done. Next, we will get back onto the gas pump this weekend. And hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe Sunday I can get it painted. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Please comment if you're liking this kind of stuff, if you want to see more of it, if you think I should do anything with the payphone or leave it as is. Yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys later. Please hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share. I would really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.